All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Everyday with Zach Jose. I'm your host, Zach Jose, and today it's a little bit different. Um, Lately, I haven't been uploading many podcasts, and that's on me. That's nothing to do with you. But I think right now is probably the best time to hop back into it. It started off as a little bit of a pet project, at the start of quarantine. I was like, what am I supposed to do with all of this creative energy that I have? And so I made this. And you know, if you've listened to them, you know that they started off rough, and got even rougher. But I've been slowly making adjustments over time, and I think that we kind of have a good formula now. I'm excited to see where we can go with this, and um, I'm I'm grateful for every single one of you, watching and liking and especially commenting on my videos. Those always make me feel like warm and fuzzy inside, so thank you for that. But I guess today we're kind of going to dive into me. As you can tell, I don't have any co-hosts. Um, and that was a part of it was that because it's actually Friday morning and I'm gonna upload it in 6 hours. But the other part of it is I've been meaning to do this for a bit. You know, it is every day with Zach Jose, so I think we'll just go solo. Uno. I don't know any other ways to say solo in any other languages, but you kind of get the idea. But yeah, let's just sit down. Let's talk about life. I wanted to have this one man podcast kind of be about something important to me. And I found a paper that I've been working on, not for like a class or anything, something that I've been, I guess just, writing at, something that I like a lot. So if you know me, you'll know that I have a deep appreciation for clouds, and if you'll allow me, I'd like to read off some of what I've written. Now, I'm saying this beforehand. I know that I'm probably going to look back at this, listen to this, and be all like, oh, why'd I write like that? Why I'm just going to be disgusted at my own thing. But for now, I'd like to share it with you. Yeah, let's just dive into it. One thing that's always fascinated me is clouds. Every time I talk about nature and creation with people, I always try and tell them how much I love clouds. Sure, mountains have a certain steadfastness, and they seem both chilling and comforting. Rivers and oceans both give way to vast amounts of water, an almost uncontrollable amount. Everything on and in and around land masses are alive. You can't quite put a price on life, but you can put your favorite objects in the sky. Whenever I look up from this planet and see a sky full of clouds, I just can't help myself. I'm in awe. Humans have been fascinated with the sky for quite some time. Many religions have their own form of an afterlife or a heaven, and many of those heavens are located in the skies. The misty mountains of Olympus, the cloudy walks of Asgard, and the divine heavens of a Judeo-Christian God. What lies in the sky is separate, and what's separate from us is holy. I wouldn't go out of my way to say that clouds are holy, but they are majestic, and their majesty is apparent. What are these giant balls of smoky water doing? Why does their presence elicit such a positive response from me? Is it because clouds bring rain and I'm secretly in love with this stuff? No, I'm not. I'm rather unfond of rain myself, but then again, who isn't? Do clouds serve any practical purpose for me? Well, sure. For one, they warn us of rain. They block sunlight and harmful UV rays. But I think most importantly, they look pretty. We often forget how much our surroundings affect us. When I'm surrounded by pretty clouds, I almost always feel better. Clouds exist without us working for it. Like wildflowers and streams and trees, clouds are an essential part of every ecosystem. It's wonderful that they exist. Clouds come in all shapes and sizes. In my 6th grade earth science class, we had a section dedicated to clouds. It was awesome. We learned about high-flying streaks like the cirrus and cirrocumulus, lower blanketier clouds like the stratus and the stratocumulus, and then big clouds like the one from the movie Up, the cumulonimbus. And then that's kind of it. But I mean, I guess I could just, ad-lib the rest of it. Clouds are awesome. I remember the first time I took a flight that I remembered. It was freshman year. So it was around when I was 14, 15 years old, and I got to fly in a plane by myself, mind you. And I got to sit in the window seat. I thought it was awesome. Being able to go up, a lot of feet in the air, and we ended up going through some clouds. And I remember thinking that it wasn't as cool as I thought. Outside your window, you see open air, and then kind of it's like foggy air, and then open air again. But when I looked down from that window, and I saw just the blanket across all of Northern California, that I just was in awe. There's something about, being close to clouds that is super neat. I experienced that again flying with my father through South America. This time I wasn't in like a 747 in a commercial flight. We were in tiny little planes, flying all around to wherever we could. And these, they were jank, they were rickety and they shuddered a lot, but it almost felt like I could bring myself closer to the clouds with them. And I know, I'm going on and on about how clouds are awesome, how much I love them. I could really, I could care less, which is to say I care a lot about them, but I don't really bring it up that often. I guess I don't really have many people talk about clouds like I do. And that's fine. That's a wonderful thing. That's why I started writing this paper, and that's why I started this podcast. But I think they're like a wonderful piece of life that we get to experience. I bet 99.9% of people on this planet have seen a cloud, and the other 0.01% are just dying to. I think that, I don't know. I think that they're cool. Well, I don't know how long that was. I'm gonna go check. Yeah, it's only been 8 minutes. I guess you guys are gonna get a short one today, but thank you again for joining me. This has been Everyday with Zach Jose. I'm your host, Zach Jose. I'll put links to all my socials down in the description. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for being there. Thanks for, being here. And if you want to join my podcast, I have a special link in the description for you to my Discord server. Sorry, but join it. I'm at the head, so it'll be easy to find me. Just message me, and we'll set up an appointment. We'll set up a time. We just talk. I think this system of podcast that I have is gonna be generic. It is the most generic thing. I don't think this world needs another interview podcast, but that's kind of what it's devolved into. But gosh darn it, it's gonna be the most Zach Jose podcast that there is, and I just can't wait to see what we do with it. You and I. It's gonna be good. All right. Well, for real, I'm going. So, thank you so much for your time. I hope you have a good one. Happy Friday. It's the weekend, pretty much. And I guess that's it. All right. See ya.